welcome in. This is Patty's Kitchen Garden and more. I am just sitting on the patio, just relaxing as I love to do when it gets warm out here. And it is 84 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and we are expecting rain at about 7 p.m. tonight. But right now is very hot. And I want to shout out member Tay Weezy. And I apologize for not shouting out the other people that I have showcased at the beginning of the live. I've just been forgetting to do it, so I apologize. But I'm shouting out Tay Weezy. He's a member, he is a gamer, and he does product reviews and he does some cooking on his channel. So you may be interested in going to check him out. Welcome in, my Renaissance grandma. How are you doing? Welcome in, Retirement Days. How are you doing? Thank you guys for coming out. This is just going to be quick. It's a quick pop-up. I am on the patio with my grandson, and we're just having some yogurt. This is some good yogurt, Chobani, and he's having the blueberry, and I am having the peach. I like them both. If you have not tried Chobani Greek yogurt, you may want to try it. It is really tasty. It's a little more pricey than some of the others, but it is worth it. It's good. So I'm going to be here maybe 10 minutes or so. I've been working in my garden a little bit today. I have a fig tree here that I'm going to transplant because I can see it has outgrown the pot. So I'll be transplanting that soon. And I have some other plants that I need to transport, and I will be doing that, as well as getting my raised bed together. I started on that along with my grandson on, I think it was Friday. So we have work to do with that. And I'll be ordering another raised bed. So I'm going to be busy. Once I get the other raised bed, then I will show you what we're doing. But yes, it's a lot of work in the garden, but it's well worth it. I'm just out here chilling on my patio, listening to the chirping birds and just taking in some nature, some trees, and looking at the beautiful blue skies and all of that. But I want to talk about something briefly, and it's not going to take long. Probably by time. Okay, I found this on the web for it's Siri, not going to take no long. Siri. Stop Siri. Y'all, I don't like these devices with all this Siri and all this stuff. No Siri, because it's distracting. But anyway, let me talk about something quickly. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, TNT. Thank you for coming. Monica, thank you for coming. Thank you, Joshua, for coming. But we're going to get right into what I'm going to talk about. Thank you all for watching and giving thumbs up. Thank you for those who may be in the watchtower watching. Please give the thumbs up. Thank you for those who will come back and watch the replay. Okay, what I want to talk about is this. And thank you all for interacting with each other. Let's be mindful of criticizing and judging others, because the truth of it is, when you're standing on the outside looking in, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what families are going through. So let's be careful and not be so quick to start asking why a person isn't doing this, why a person isn't doing that for this particular family member or that. You don't know what is going on. And what I'm referencing right now, I spoke with a friend last night, and she told me some shocking news. Allegedly, I don't know if something happened or not, but what she told me was disturbing. There is this family, and one person in the family, I'm going to try and tell this without saying too much or saying the wrong thing. One family was not supporting another family member and was being criticized by people, uh, friends and people that know the family. You know, why is this person not doing this for this family member? And why is this person not doing that? A lot of times you don't know what has happened in these families to make people react a certain way or maybe act like they don't care about another family member or what. But what I was told, this particular person who is a leader, and he is the family member that I'm referencing, is a leader, and another family member was being criticized for not helping this person. Well, I heard last night that the reason being is because of something that happened to the other person during childhood. So, and that's as far as I'm going to go with it because it's all alleged. I don't know this. I didn't witness anything. But only thing I want to say with that, and when the person said it, I said, "What?" So I shared it with one of my daughters, and she said, "What?" I am shocked. So you don't know what's going on in families. So please, please, people, let's not criticize or judge a person because they may not be doing something for a family member, or you think they should be doing this or they should be supporting. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing it because we don't know the whys. We don't know the whys. People don't have to tell you everything. People don't have to break it down and explain anything to you about why they don't do this or why they made this decision. You don't know what has gone on in that family behind those walls, behind those doors. So let's stop judging, let's stop criticizing, and when we see things like this, why a family member is not doing something for another family member, let's just close our mouths. Please, let's just close our mouths because there is a reason for everything. There is a reason. And sometimes people will come and tell you stuff, but they will not tell you the whole story. And if you have not heard the side coming from the other person, you don't know what the deal is. You don't know what has happened or what has gone on. And there's some shocking stuff going on out here. Welcome in, Tim. Thank you for coming. Lancelot, thank you for coming. Thank you. My garden is looking nice. It's not really too great right now, but it's getting there. I got to work with it a little more. Welcome in, Auntie Mama's Kitchen. Lisa Bell, welcome in. Welcome in, Grandma Lynn. Thank you all so much for coming. But that's about what I needed to say. I just want to caution people. Hello, Serious S. Thank you for coming. Just want to caution people um, to not judge or criticize the actions of another person when you don't know the full story, you don't know the full detail of what is going on. Let's just stop doing it. It's not cool. It's not good. So I don't know if any of you have thought a person was one way, and then you hear something about that person and the person is totally different, and you think, well, oh, I didn't know she was like that. I didn't know he did that. You know, we don't know anybody. We don't know what people are capable of because the devil is busy out here. And sometimes people are listening to the voice of the devil and doing certain things. And we, in our natural state, we will think, oh, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know. No, you don't, because you don't know what spirit can hop into people and cause them to do certain things that are just non-acceptable. And a lot of times when things happen in families, it's a big secret. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to tell it. Nobody wants to get law officials involved. You know, it's all like a big secret and they just cover it up and cover it up. And it goes on and on, and you have people that are hurting, people that go through life carrying these burdens of what happened to them, and nobody paid attention, and especially mom not paying attention to what's going on. Welcome to the Patty Cake Crew, Series S, a Virgo from Georgia. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Angie. How are you doing? Thank you all so much for coming. So I just want us to be mindful. Just be mindful of our judgments and criticisms, because you never know what a person is going through. You never know what is going on. And we see things from the natural standpoint a lot of times, not looking through the spiritual eyes. And we really can't know everything that's going on. And it's a lot of unfortunate things going on in families. I have seen it, I have heard it, I have witnessed it. So you just never know. And I was talking to my dear friends last night, and we were talking about this situation when she shared it with me. And I said, oh my goodness. And we both said, we just can't talk about things and talk about why a person isn't doing this or doing that. People have reasons for what they do. People have reasons for how they react to a situation. And as I said, they don't always have to tell anybody, they don't have to share it. But people have reasons for doing things that they do. And just in plain and simple English, let's close our mouths and let's just think. And when I heard this, when my good friend called me, and this is a person that was deep in the church. Did you hear me? Deep in the church. And people are people. I don't care where they are. And you have to watch everybody. I don't care, churchy or whatever. Just because they're in church, just because they hold a particular position in the church, that does not matter. So I called my mama and I told her, I said, you remember when such and such was going on and people started saying, why this, why that, why this person wasn't doing for that person? I said, do you remember? And she said, yes. And when I told her what my good friend had told me, she said, what? Nobody could believe it. Nobody could believe it. She said, I declare. She said, what? I never knew. I said, no, and a lot of people didn't know. I said, this is all new. As now this person is an old person needing some help from the family and stuff. So That's why we have to be mindful of how we do things, because we never know who we will need. We never know. We can get old one day and need some help from somebody. But people remember how you treated them. And it's hard to embrace somebody that has misused or taken advantage of you. Yes, you can forgive everybody and anybody, but you do not have to break bread with them. You do not have to associate yourself with them. I don't care if they are family, friend, or foe. This is the way I see it. We do not have to break bread with people that have misused us. Yes, they can apologize and we can accept that, but we can move on. We don't have to have that person in our circle. I remember I had a pastor many years ago who always said, don't link arms with the devil. Don't link arms with the devil. And I always remember him talking about that along with some other stuff attached to that. But he would always say, don't link arms with the devil. So, yes, you can forgive. It is incumbent upon us to forgive everybody, to love everybody. But you don't have to be around people that have wronged you. I am not going to hang around anyone who has wronged me. I'm not. I don't care if it's family or what, because if you did it one time, chances are you could do it again. Not necessarily so, but I'm not going to give you that opportunity to do such a thing to me again, because I'm hanging around with you. So that's my little spiel for today. In addition to just showing you my little, well, I'm not gonna say little, my patio garden, because it's gonna be big. I have a lot of stuff to grow, and I don't want to refer to it as little, because we know words have power. So I don't want to say my little garden. I want to see it as my great big flourishing garden. Now let's see what somebody may be saying. Hey, Six Bowls, how are you doing? Welcome in. And let's see, let me go back in the chat. Don't want to ever overlook anyone or anybody. I welcome you all in. You're welcome here. Thank you so much, Serious S, for your membership. I appreciate it. And let's see here. Terry said he's doing good. They just have some issues with other people. Joshua is saying, thank you, Miss Taylor, for your great hospitality. I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you so much, Serious S. And Joshua said, God said, keep your mouth shut and don't say anything to nobody. They just don't have no time for that. Okay, Joshua, I got you. Hello, Six Bows is back. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, Six, people love to gossip. They love to gossip and they don't even know the story. They just be talking. So it pays us to just be quick to hear and slow to speak. We need to listen. We don't need to be judging or criticizing. We just need to pay attention. We need to listen. And hey, Sandra D, welcome in. I didn't see you come in. Welcome in, Angie. Everybody, Girl Dad, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. I used to give second chances to family, but they are way worse than someone you just met. Yes, that is true. Serious, they can be. And hi, Marlene. Welcome in, honey. Thank you for coming. I was listening to um, somebody on, I think it was IG, just the other day, and the guy was saying, don't allow people to stay in your home. He was just very vocal about it, point blank, period. Don't allow people to live in your home. He said, especially family. He said, unless it's grandma or your parents, don't allow these cousins, these aunties, and uncles, and all these folks to live in your home. He said they would come in your home and take over. Try to be okay at first, and then once they get in there, they try to take over your home. And so he was getting some flack from some people in the comments. But I said, I understand what he's saying. He's not saying, he's been through something. He has experienced something, and from what he has experienced. It's not to say that everybody who you allow to stay in your home will take advantage or be nasty or whatever. I understood where he was coming from, but some will. And then, and like he said, it's hard to get some of these folks out of your house. And he's telling the truth because I have seen it. People will come to your house and they refuse to move. I remember when my mom was staying in her house, the young man down the street from her allowed this guy to come to his home and stay a little while, like a month or two. Do you know that has been about 2 years right now? About 2 years, maybe three, no, not three. I don't, maybe 2 to 3 years. And that man is still in that house. That young guy couldn't get him out. Now he has, it has this thing about squatters and all of that. So what the young man did, his parents were deceased. He moved completely out of the house and went to live somewhere else. He just moved out of the house because he tried to get help with it. His family member tried to help him with it, to no avail. And, it was just a lot of ramifications and this and that. So he just got out. And right now, today, as we speak, this young man is living in that house. And they had put a condemned sign on the property because he's not doing anything with it. He's just living there, and he snatched the paper off the off the wall on the porch, and he's still there. So I can understand where this guy was coming from. He's probably been bitten before, and he's just speaking his truth. So people shouldn't be going for him the way they were, because maybe they lived with people, like one of them did say, and they were grateful, and this, and that's true. A lot of people are grateful. A lot of people will be kind and thankful that you let them live. But a lot of them can be some booger bears, y'all. I'm telling you what I know. Marlene said, I had a huge